My name is Anna. I am 19 years old. I lived in the city because of my studies. My home was far away in a small village. I had been in the city for almost 1 year. Then my university gave me a long break. So I decided to return home. The bus was slow, but I did not mind. I looked out of the window and watched the green fields passing by. I felt excited. My father had called me many times that day. He asked about my bus. He wanted to know when I would reach home. His voice was happy. He said he was waiting for me. I thought maybe he just missed me too much. When the bus stopped at the station, I picked up my bag. I walked out and took a rickshaw to my village. It was already evening. My father opened the door when I arrived. He hugged me very tightly. His eyes were wet. "My dear Anna, you are home," he said. I felt warm in his arms. I want to ask you something before I go on. If this story touches your heart, please subscribe, share it, and leave a comment about where you are listening from. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's continue. After we sat in the living room, I asked my father for a glass of water, but he did not move. He just gave me a strange smile. "Your water is coming," he said. I was surprised. A moment later, a young woman entered the room with a glass of water. She looked shy. Her hands were shaking a little. She gave me the glass and said softly, "Here." I looked at her. She was tall and slim. Her hair was dark and her eyes were green. She seemed around 21 years old. I smiled and said, "Thank you." My father's face shone when he saw her. Then he said, "This is Lily. She will stay with us for some time." I looked at him with surprise. "Stay with us?" I asked. He said, "Yes, dear. Lily lost her parents last week. She has no place to go. I decided to help her. She will live with us now." I felt a little unsure, but I also felt sad for her. "I'm sorry for your loss," I said to her. She only gave me a small smile. That night, we had dinner together. My father asked Lily to sit at the table with us. She ate quietly. She did not speak much. I wanted to ask her many things, but I thought maybe she was still sad. After dinner, my father went to his room. Lily helped me clean the dishes. When our eyes met, I felt a strange closeness. I did not know why. The next morning, I woke up early. My father had already made breakfast. Lily was helping him in the kitchen. She looked different in the morning light. Her eyes seemed brighter. My father placed my favorite food on the table. "Eat, Anna," he said. Lily stood and waited. She looked shy again. I said, "Please sit and eat with us." My father also told her to sit. She sat near me. I looked at her carefully for the first time. Her eyes were deep green, the kind that make you want to stare longer. I felt a strange bond. Later that day, my father said he was tired. He asked me to go to the market with Lily. I did not expect that. I wanted to say no, but Lily was already ready. We walked to the market together. At first, it was quiet. Then slowly we started to talk. She told me about her old town. She said she had few friends. I told her about my studies in the city. After some time, I was not shy anymore. In the market, we bought food and some small things for the house. Lily asked me for help to choose. She listened to me with care. I liked that. On the way home, we stopped at a small shop to drink tea. We sat outside and talked more. The air was cool and the street was busy. For the first time, I felt happy to be with her. I forgot about my father waiting at home. When we came back, I thought my father would be upset because we were late. But he was not upset at all. He was smiling. He even asked me to take Lily to the river park the next day. I did not understand why he wanted us to spend time together, but I agreed. That night, I could not sleep. I thought about Lily's green eyes. I remembered her quiet smile. She was a stranger, but it felt different. I asked myself, why do I feel this way? Is this my first love? The next morning, I woke up with the sound of birds outside my window. The sun was bright. I washed my face and looked into the mirror. My cheeks were red. I did not know why. I told myself it was just the long walk from yesterday. But I knew it was not only that. I was thinking of Lily. When I went to the kitchen, I saw her again. She was cutting bread. My father was sitting near the stove. He looked at us and smiled. "Go to the river park later," he said. I looked down at my plate and said nothing. I felt shy. After breakfast, my father gave me some money and said, "Buy some fruit on the way." I looked at him. His voice was calm, but his eyes were sharp. It was like he was testing me. I did not understand his mind. We walked together to the river park. It was not far. There were many trees and flowers. Children were running and playing. Old men sat on benches and talked. I felt relaxed. Lily walked beside me in silence. Then she said, "Thank you for yesterday. I felt better." I smiled and said, "I also felt better." We sat on a bench under a big tree. A soft wind moved the leaves. I asked her about her parents. Her face became serious. They were kind people. They worked hard, but life was not easy. Then last week, they became sick and both passed away. It was too fast. I could not save them. Her voice was low. My heart felt heavy for her. I whispered, "I'm sorry, Lily." She looked at me and gave a small smile. "Now your father is helping me. I'm thankful. And you are kind too." Her words touched me. I looked away because my eyes were wet. We stayed in the park for many hours. We talked about small things. Sometimes we laughed, sometimes we were quiet. When we walked back home, I felt close to her. It was not like being with a stranger anymore. It was like being with someone I knew for a long time. When we reached home, my father was waiting at the door. He looked at both of us carefully. Then he smiled and said, "You are late again. Did you enjoy?" I said yes. Lily also said yes. He did not look angry. Instead, he looked too happy. That night at dinner, he asked Lily many questions. Did Anna talk a lot? Did you feel good at the park? I felt shy. I wanted him to stop. But Lily answered politely. She said, "Yes, she is kind." My face became hot. I looked at my plate. The next few days passed in the same way. My father always asked me to go with Lily to the market, to the park, or to buy things for the house. Slowly, I began to like these small trips. We laughed more. She started to tease me sometimes. She was not always shy now. I also felt free with her. One evening, we sat in the yard under the moonlight. My father was inside. We talked softly. Then, for a short moment, our eyes met. I felt my heart beat faster. I could not move. She did not move either. There was silence. Then she whispered, "You have the same smile as me." I felt my face burn. I quickly looked away. But deep inside, I knew I liked her. That night, when I went to my room, I lay on my bed and thought only of her. I smiled alone in the dark. I asked myself, is this love? Is this what people call first love? The next day, Lily helped me in the garden. We planted flowers together. Our hands touched when we passed the tools. She looked at me and laughed. I laughed too, but my heart was shaking. When my father saw us, he looked pleased. He said, "You two look good together." My face turned red, but I also felt happy. But that happiness did not last long. A few days later, my father changed. His face was not bright anymore. He stopped asking us to go out together. He even told Lily to stay home when I went to the market. I did not understand. Why was he different now? One night, I went into his room and asked, "Father, what is wrong? Why do you act like this? At first, you wanted me to be with Lily. Now you push her away. What is in your mind?" He looked at me with a serious face. "Anna, listen. I wanted Lily to feel at home. I did not want her to feel like a servant. That is why I ask you to spend time with her. But you must not think more than that." His words hurt me. I said, "But Father, I like her. I feel happy when I am with her." He shook his head. "No, Anna, you cannot like her in that way. Forget this thought. It is not right." He spoke in a strong voice. Then he told me to leave his room. I went back to my bed and cried. I could not understand. Why was he stopping me now? I loved him, I respected him, but I also felt something strong for Lily. My heart was divided. The next morning, I avoided Lily. I did not look at her. But she noticed. She asked, "Anna, are you angry with me?" I shook my head, but I could not tell her the truth. My father was watching us. Days passed slowly. I missed talking to her freely. I missed walking to the river. I missed her green eyes. I felt pain inside. I wanted to tell her that I liked her, but I was afraid of my father. One evening, Lily knocked on my door. I opened it and looked at her. Her face was serious. "Anna," she said, "I must ask you, do you feel the same as me? Because I feel close to you. I think of you all the time." Her voice shook. My heart jumped. I wanted to say yes, but I thought of my father. Tears filled my eyes. I whispered, "I do, Lily. I like you too." We stood in silence. Then she held my hand for the first time. My hand was small in hers. I felt safe, but I was also afraid. At that moment, my father's voice called from the hall. "Anna, where are you?" I quickly pulled my hand away. My heart raced. Lily looked down. Then she left the room. That night, I could not sleep again. I kept thinking about her words, her hand, her eyes. I also thought about my father's serious face. Something was wrong. He was hiding something. But what? The next week, my father invited some guests to the house. A woman and her son came. The son was tall, handsome, and polite. My father smiled and said, "Anna, this is Adam. He is the son of my old friend. I want you to meet him." My face went pale. I looked at Lily. She looked confused. My father asked Adam to sit with me. He acted like a matchmaker. I felt pain in my heart. I could not believe my own father was doing this. When the guests left, I went to his room and shouted, "Why, Father? Why do you do this? Why do you want me with another person? You know I like Lily." My voice broke. He looked at me with tears in his eyes, but said nothing. He just closed his eyes and turned away. After that day, the house felt heavy. Lily was quiet. I was sad. My father looked sick. He often stayed in his bed. He told me he was tired. The doctor said he must not take stress. I felt guilty. Maybe I had hurt him with my anger, but I could not stop loving Lily. My heart did not listen to me. One evening, I saw her in the garden. I walked up to her. I whispered, "I don't care what my father says. I love you, Lily. You are my first love." She looked at me with wet eyes. She said, "I love you too." We hugged under the dark sky. At that moment, I felt both happy and scared. Happy because of love, scared because of my father. I did not know the truth yet, but I knew there was a secret. My father was hiding it. A secret that could break my heart. The next morning was quiet. The house felt heavy. My father stayed in his bed. He looked pale. I tried to give him food, but he ate only a little. Lily helped me clean the kitchen. We did not speak much. Both of us were worried. Later that day, I sat beside him. I held his hand. "Father," I said softly, "why are you doing this to us? Why are you stopping me from loving Lily? Please tell me the reason. I cannot live in pain like this." His eyes filled with tears. He looked away. "Anna, you cannot be with her. It is not possible. You must trust me." I felt angry and sad. But why? Give me one reason. I love her, and she loves me. Why are you against it? You wanted me to spend time with her before. Now you want to break us apart. Please tell me the truth. My voice shook. He turned his face to the wall. "Not now. You will know one day, but please do not ask me again." His words cut my heart. I wanted to cry, but I stayed silent. That night, I went to the backyard. Lily was waiting there. Her face was serious. "Anna," she said, "I cannot stay like this. I love you, but your father does not want it. What should we do?" I looked into her green eyes. My voice was soft. "I do not care. I will fight for you. I will marry you." Her face lit up for a moment. Then she held my hands. "We will be together, Anna. We must be." We both smiled through our tears. For a short time, it felt like nothing could break us. But life is not always kind. The next week, my father called guests again. This time, another young man came to our house. He was polite and well-dressed. My father looked at Lily and said, "This boy is better for you. Think about him." My heart broke again. I shouted at my father after they left. "Why do you do this? Why do you hurt me? I will not marry anyone else. I will only be with Lily." My father started crying. He said, "Anna, please do not hate me. If you want to know the reason, then wait for my last day." His words shocked me. "Father, do not say that. Please tell me now." But he only closed his eyes. I left the room in tears. Days passed. My father's health became worse. The doctor came often. He said he must rest. I tried to stay calm, but I was breaking inside. I could not lose my father, and I could not lose Lily. Then, one morning, when I returned from the market, I saw people outside my house. Their faces were sad. My heart stopped. I ran inside. My father was lying on the bed, his eyes closed forever. He was gone. I cried loudly. My whole world felt empty. Lily stood near me, her eyes full of tears. She tried to hold me, but I could not feel comfort. My father was gone, and he left us with no answers. After the funeral, the house was silent. I stayed in my room, crying day and night. I felt lost. Then, one evening, I went to his room. I opened the drawer near his bed. Inside, I found a small box. I opened it with shaking hands. Inside, there was a paper. My heart beat fast as I unfolded it. It was a message from my father. My eyes filled with tears as I read it. "My dear Anna, forgive me. I did not tell you the truth before. Lily is not just a guest. She is your sister. You are not my real daughter. I adopted you when you were a baby. But Lily, Lily is my real child. That is why you cannot be together. I wanted you to treat her like a sister, not a lover. Please do not hate me. I hid the truth to protect you. I love you forever." The paper fell from my hands. I sat on the floor, shaking. Sister? My first love was my sister? I couldn't believe it. My heart screamed. I felt sick. Tears covered my face. Lily came into the room. She saw me holding the paper. She asked softly, "What is it?" I gave it to her. She read it slowly. Her face turned pale. She sat down on the bed. We both stayed silent. The truth was too heavy. Finally, she whispered, "So this is the reason. We cannot be together, Anna." Her voice was broken. I cried harder. Why? Why did this happen to us? What is my mistake? What is your mistake? Why did life play with us? She looked at me with tears. We must accept it. We must live with it. I will leave this house. You must live your life. I will live mine, but I will always care for you as a sister. I felt my heart break into pieces. My first love was not mine. It was a secret I never knew, a secret that destroyed my dream. Days turned into weeks. Lily left the house. I stayed alone. I often sat in the garden remembering her smile, her voice, her eyes. I wanted to forget, but I could not. She was my first love, and also my sister. Now, I am 19 years old. I lost my father. I lost my first love. I lost the life I wanted. But I learned something. Love is not always easy. Sometimes love is pain. Sometimes truth hurts more than lies. Still, I keep going. I study. I live. I breathe. I carry the memory of my father, who loved me, even if I was not his real child. I carry the memory of Lily, who was my first love and also my sister. This is my story. My first love was a secret I will never forget. And if this story touched your heart, please subscribe to my channel, share it with someone you care about, and tell me in the comments where you are listening from. Your support means everything to me.